I should schedule this other pre-screening interview. Do. The fuck was that? Oh, weird. What the fit? What the hell was that? Alright. We got some fights to do, I think, right? Juan. Number Juan. Juan, Skyla, and then Bianca. Gives you an air balloon. It's a fucking doubles battle. Ick! That gives me the ick! Slowking with Trick Room? I don't want Trick Room to go up. Then it's Skyla, huh? We're already at Skyla. Okay. Isn't she rotation battles? Ugh, I hate rotation battles. Ugh, like, ugh, brother, ew. Brother, ew. Brother! And he gets free perma-rain. Okay. Juan, that is. Okay. Okay. Bro just makes it rain inside of a Pokemon Center. That's kind of messed up. Nice. Okie dokie. There's one. Now we need to come up with a team for one. Okay, so it says level 54, so the cap is level 54. What's Skyla, level 55? Skyla is level 55. Okay. Okay. Just gonna level up all my shitters now. I do not want explosion. Okay, so what the hell am I going to do to take on the Goofy Goobers? Well, we're gonna get Earth Power. I like Pain Split. Maybe it was better for me to keep disabled, get rid of Iron Defense. You already have Leech Seed in your set. Lovely. Okay, what are we going to use to take on our man, our good pal, our good friend, Juan. Wish I had a fast electric type. I don't have a fast electric type, though. Or can I get a fast electric type? Burbank Complex. He doesn't have any swift swimmers, Juan. His team's not the fastest. I don't need my team to be that fast then, huh? Probably not. That's fine then. Okay. Well, this is a pretty pinnacle moment for a lot of our Pokemon because they're about to get much stronger. I could take the Hippo with me just to get rid of the rain. But he doesn't have Swift Swimmers, so do I really care about getting rid of the rain? Like, he's got no Swift Swimmers. Yeah, I don't think I care about getting rid of the rain, I'll be honest. He can keep the rain. Sure, he gets an attack boost from it, but eh. Pokemon changes. Togetic. Togetic. 61. So when it gets Moonblast. I also want Air Slash, right? Togekiss does not get shit. No, it does. It gets like, gets Moonblast. I get 4 Moonblast 4 levels earlier. That seems worth it. I'll just wait until I get Moonblast on Togetic and then evolve it into Togekiss. What does Toga take to learn Nasty Plot? 68? 71? That's not much of a difference. Okay. Recover? Sure. There's Moonblast. Probably just want to keep Glare. Just working our way up to Leaf Storm for you. Whirlwind. I'll teach you Earthquake as well. Because we have that now. Revengance. I'm trying to think, what are we looking for Hippowdon now? It's just, Slack Off, pretty much, right? That's all it needs. Hammer Arm. Earthquake. Nice. You don't have Flash Cannon. We'll give you Flash Cannon real quick. Nice. Alright, so we're not going to evolve the other thing yet. You are probably about to get evolved. We're also about to get our hands on T-Tar as well. Lovely. Wait, Psycho Cut's 90 base power in this game? No. Hopefully you get crunched soon. Raging Fury. Sure. Level 47. What do they give Darmanitan in its moveset? Fucking roll out. It's hilarious. Alright, now we're starting to get some actual power. Flare Blitz. Good. Which gets boosted by sheer force because of the secondary effect. Very good. You're about to get Shadow Ball, which is when we're going to evolve you. Speak of the devil. Because I don't think there's anything else of really big use, to be honest, yeah. After Shadow Ball. Power Split, Overheat, Memento. I don't think we care about either of those things. Chandelier also itself eventually gets Overheat, but at level 70. Well, we want that power boost, so... As long as you have Shadow Ball, you'll do perfectly fine. Spikes? Might as well, right? Much rather have Roost. Don't know if you get Roost, to be honest. Blaze Kick. Probably shouldn't have taken Blaze Kick. Whatever. Alright, Lampent. Get to Dusk Stone. There's Chandelure. I think Scizor is one level off of getting Bullet Punch, I think. I think it gets a Bullet Punch level 55, I think. Psychic. Trick is interesting. I think the only move that thing gets otherwise is just Nasty Plot. Oh man, Steel Wing. Whoa. Am I using Scizor in the next fight? I don't think so. Pull the trigger now. Give me my Bullet Punch. Nice. Leech Life, pretty good. Psycho Cut. What do you get from a Psycho Cut? If only you had like Sharpness, right? Sharpness would be a sick ability. I don't think Psycho Cut you get really anything from that. Stone Edge. I don't think I have much speed on this thing. But hey, it's a T-Tar. know him, you love him. What's your ability? Sandstream. Good, good, good. Do I want to set up the sand? I mean, T-Tar is much more useful. I don't have a very good dark move. Assurance is just not very strong. The sand would benefit me more. Well, let's give it a shot. T-Tar lead with the Breloom, I think, is what I'm going to go with. And I mean, if he gets the Trick Room up, is that like the end of the world for me? I think it might be better if I just lead off with Scizor then, right? Just go Scizor, yeah, I'm gonna go with Scizor. I'm gonna go Scizor, not T-Tar. Scizor, Breloom, just get like a very, very easy early lead. Because I'm anticipating that I just outspeed. And bring in the T-Tar in the back, I think. That's, I think, what I'm gonna do. Get rid of the rain. Then the rest can be just figured out from there. Pain Split. Take it for now, I guess. When do you learn some actual fucking moves, let's be honest. Double Edge. You're gonna be evolved when you get Brave Bird. Foul play. You are about to become Salamence. Raging Fury is pretty decent for you, right? There's Ments. Take Fly for now. I know this thing gets dual wing beat eventually. Future Sight. Okay. Bloom. Force Palm. That's funny. I should have Rock Tomb for this thing now. There's Spore. Lovely. Very good. Rock Tomb. There's Rock Tomb. Provide a cut. Earthquake for you. We'll get rid of Crunch. Replace then Dragon Rush with Dragon Dance. Because ground, fire, flying coverage is very good. And you just have Dragon Dance to boost your attack and stuff. Lovely. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. And you are also about to evolve as well. And you're gonna evolve as well. Your move pool is dog shit, but we'll get some fixes to that. But yeah, so I want to do all the leveling up now. Because we're about to get significant boosts. A lot of our Pokemon are not going to be very shitty anymore. I would pretty much say that Like, we are going to effectively be over the point where we were kind of at the hump. Like, we are no longer in the hump, I would say. No more hump. We are out of the hump. Oh, you evolve at level 55, don't you? Whatever. That's fine, though. Yeah, it's level 55. That's fine. I thought it was level 50. What's up, Boy Meets Mini? Dragon Pulse is better than Dragon Breath. Man. I love some of the fart, like, one of the most fart-sniffy comments I just recently got. One of the dudes on the more recent Asmongold video basically said, like, hey, I hope you can tell that, you should not be making any more videos like this, because of the response that you're getting. I'm just like, dude, a bunch of fans of a huge community are coming in to brigade a tiny fucking video. What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't mean anything. And if I were to, like, point that out to him, that he's probably a fan of Asmongold, and that's the reason why he's even commenting on this video to begin with, he'd be like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm not a fan. I'm like, ah, yeah, of course. You're not a fan. Right. Now, Wave Crash, that's a move. Yeah, I mean, it's like all the dumbass, like the dude who was like posting essays saying like, no, I'm not a fan of Asmongold, but here's why you're stupid and wrong. And it's just like, bro, you're writing a cope essay and a fucking, a dude who's, randomly in your mind is a dude who's randomly just shitting on Asmongold. And you're saying you're not a fan. Okay. Sure, I totally believe you. Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I'm gonna write an essay at you. It's just like, come on, man. Like, you're not getting me with this shit. I'm probably not gonna use this against Juan, so we're gonna level it up past the cap. But yeah, just like I was saying earlier, we are pretty much effectively over the hump. No more hump. The hump is gone. We are pretty much over that shit. Because now we are getting all of our big evolutions. Nah, I don't need you don't need extrasensory. But yeah, there's really not much else to say to fucking those dumbasses. They're all incredibly fucking stupid. I'll take Hammer Arm. I could use the increase in strength. I need to find another link cable so I can evolve this thing into a, now Drain Punch is what I really want on this thing. Drain Punch is what I want. There we go. The fact that they're mad at a 40 sub Andy taking down their favorite huge streamer, it says a lot. A lot of them are also like saying like, man, you're not saying any good arguments because you're taking like forever to say anything. It's just like, dude, like all of you people are getting mad over a dude who has 36 subscribers on YouTube. Like, okay. But I'm the one who's like supposed to be mad or something. It's one of those situations where I look at it and I'm just like, bro, make it make sense, man. You people are buzzing like fucking flies. Sensing derision against your favorite content creator. Get the fuck out of here. So there's Zweilous. And you probably evolve into Hydreigon very late. In the late 50s. True. I am the critical racist theorist. That's how it works. I'm racist against racists. else. Take Hyper Voice for now. Much rather have Earth Power or Flash Cannon on this thing. No. Yeah, makes sense. This thing does not evolve yet. Evolves into Hydreigon at level 58, so that's a little earlier than normal. So we almost have Hydreigon. Good news. Got my first ascension in PoE 2. The bosses get super hard. Nice. And I've scheduled another pre-screening interview. So that's pretty good. Spikes, eh? I'll take spikes for now. Get rid of assurance. Give me those lovely little spikes. And we have Ferrothorn as well. Nice. Thinking about if I want to use this against Juan. Ferrothorn's just really good. It's just good. It's Ferrothorn. I don't have like Power Whip or anything. We have Bullet Seed, which it's good enough, I suppose. And we got Leech Seed. That's all that matters. Heavy Slam. Ferrothorn's not that heavy. Gravity. Gravity. I do not want gravity. Okay, putting together the team. Juan is a double battle. I definitely want Breloom and Scizor in the lead. Breloom, Scizor. And I put Scizor one level over Sumi. And I want Sandstream on Pitar. Sumi. And then the other shitters can be wet. I don't really have any Pokemon to support with the sand. I have Pokemon that work well in the sand with Magic Guard and stuff. Okay, we're just gonna do our fights, and then we're gonna do our yaps. Because Skyla's also here as well, so we're gonna also do Skyla today. We're gonna do Juan and Skyla today. Juan und Skyla. What else do we want on the team? Because the three that we have already right now are quite fantastic. Quite good. We take an Intimidator in the back. Does he have threatening physical attackers? Yes. Yeah, he has some pretty threatening physical attackers. I could take this in the back for the Crawdont. It's got Aqua Jet. This because of Fake Out. I'll take the Ferrothorn because Ferrothorn's just good. And who else? I wish I had Protect on Ferrothorn, but you don't get Protect for a little while. I'm gonna take the Superior, just because it is a Grass Dragon type. All these guys have fucking ice moves. Everything except two Pokemon has ice moves. He's got mostly annoying physical attackers. Could bring the Coffagrigus and just burn stuff. Sure, why not? Maybe I need something better for taking on Azu. Because that thing's pretty threatening. It's annoying that this thing does not have thick fat. Otherwise I would have used this thing. It does not have thick fat in this game. No thick fat. Only solar power and chlorophyll. I should take Magnezone. I have an electric type for the Pelipper. I think that seems satisfactory. Sure. And speaking of satisfactory, that game is getting an update to its 1.1 version, and the changes in it are really good. Yeah. Vertical mergers and splitters? Let's go. And a lot new cool looking buildings for aesthetic purposes? Let's go. Also, today I learned that Glitch X City has a 24/7 stream for lo-fi. For those that don't know, she's like huge in the Pokemon sort of remixing, Pokemon music remixing. She's like pretty much the main gal. Like, she's been, I think, on the Pokemon Orchestra multiple times. Which is, like, pretty much the creme de la creme of, like, music competitions. Assassin's Creed. Alright, we're gonna mute this. Doo-doo-doo. Let's give items to people. Magnet. I have the silver powder, right? Rather just give the silver powder. I think I have the silver powder. We're also gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking as well because there's some like items we can pick up. There's some goodies we can grab via surfing, and I would like to grab them. Let's give citrus berries to the other two shitters. Okay, that's good. Let's get her started. Alright, chat. Say hi, YouTube. YouTube! Juan. Juan. You know, plan is fairly simple. We have a bunch of grass types. Then he's gonna have water types. And he also summons the rain for himself. So we gotta have a Sandstream just in case. Basically, the idea is that I want to bait in the Pelipper by using the Breloom to take out the Swampert immediately. And then, you know, the Scizor is also going to take out the Slowking immediately. And stopping, like, the Trick Room and stuff. I'm just hoping to get a really early lead with this. These two leads. Because it may be a double battle, but, like, to be honest, he really does not have, like, a lot that really plays into, like, the double battling stuff. But, you know, we also have a Fake Out user in the back. Our team doesn't really do that either, but I'm just hoping to get a really easy early advantage. That's my plan. Alright. Let's get right into it. Hey, big man. I shall make use of the sprinkler system. But there's no fire in the Pokemon Center. But you don't have Pokemon with the Storm Drain ability in your team. Okay. Bro's just making it rain in the hospital for no reason. Okay. Alright, man. Bro can just turn on the sprinklers. He's a real asshole, I'll be honest. Yeah, sir, this is a Wendy's. Oh, yeah, also we have some stuff over the level cap, but that's because I wanted specific moves, okay? Well, I want to say I don't want to use Bullet Punch for this fight. Okay, we're just gonna... Same trick. Sure, you have a Rindo Berry, but that's only on the first hit. Still did a lot of damage. So the second hit's just definitely gonna take you out. Bye-bye. And hopefully Technician Boosted Bug Bite takes out the Slowking. It should. Alright. Everything is going exactly according to plan. Crawdaunt and Starmie. Okay, interesting. I'm not gonna be baited. I'm not gonna be baited into using Mach Punch on the Crawdaunt. I know what you're doing. I'm gonna stay in with the stay in with the other thing because I'm anticipating he's gonna go for Psyshock or something. Wait, but the fucking Starmie also has Trick Room. I'm gonna do this, though. I'm just gonna take out the Starmie. Because I don't trust it. Don't trust it. It just went for the attack. Give me your berry that you are not gonna use. Pelipper. Send in the T-Tar now. Just take out the Crawdaunt. Alright, no more rain for you. You are dead. More like it's Godzilla. Flying Gem. That's not doing shit. Delicious. Now the Azu is here. I do not like the Azu because it has belly drum. So we're just gonna hit it. To stop any potential belly drum shenanigans. So goodbye. I don't care what the Pelipper does. Hard body, I'll live. Easy. Alright, this game's pretty much over. I'm hitting my moves! I'm not missing. You're dead. Alright, goodbye one. GG. Sir, you got put in a pack. Bro's trying to make fun of my swag. What the hell? Turns on the sprinklers and makes fun of my swag. And he can't clean up the mess because he has no Storm Drain Pokemon. He's just full of it. Alright. Yeah, give me the balloon. Yeah, okay, whatever. You even got yourself wet by turning on the sprinklers. This is a stupid plan from you, Juan. Shaking my head. Well, anywho. YouTube. Catch these live, twitch.tv/DaHarumba. You know where it is. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube algo shit. You know how it is. And here. Peace out, YouTube. Alright. Well, Juan got put in a pack. He got put in a pack. And that is a fact. Oh god, and we have to do Skyla next? I'm pretty sure Skyla is rotation battles. Which make me want to fucking commit self-delete. Because that format is so fucking ass. It is such a terrible, 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 terrible format. Hate it. I hate that shit. It is just poo-poo water. Just complete doo-doo water of a format. Unless it is just a triple battle, then that's really not much better. That format is also complete fucking doo-doo water. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the gift, bro. Hello. Oh, hello, it's Professor Juniper. Free Master Ball. Cool. There's Skyla. Suspicious people hanging around Twist Mountain. Well. Okay, we're probably not going to face Skyla today, huh? Well. Curses. Bro just wants his mulch. Well. Oh, hello, random person. Alright, goodbye. Eject button's a pretty decent item. Alright, what's in Route 7? Wild area changes. Route 7. I want 7. Yanma. Dog shit. Dog shit. Alright, mostly just complete ass. I guess there's also Cub Chew. So just complete ass. It's just nothing but ass. This shit is so ass. Yeah, it's nothing but just complete utter dog shit. Okay, cool. And then there's Twist Mountain, which is where we need to go to next. And that's scheduled. Lovely. Pre-screening 15-minute interview via web conference on the 8th of April. Lovely. It's already been an hour? It's already been an hour. Huh. Time flies, huh? What the fuck is this, dude? Dude. Why is that man Jax Honkle Bonkle trying to be fucking Houthi Lisan Al Gaib? Oh, I gotta take a look at that, because that's gonna be funny as fuck. He's such a freak, honestly. Because we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. It's not a crazy amount of stuff. All right. Just chatting. I'm gonna keep playing the game in the background, though. Okay, I fucking changed it, and you fucking flip it back to the other thing. Why do you do this? I think it's just because this thing is stupid. Okay, so obviously because leakers are cringe sometimes. Dude's being real slow with all the leaks, obviously. Even though he says like, yeah, we have it all, but we're just gonna be slow about it. But whatever. We have the confirmed type changes of the megas. There's only 4 of them that are changing. Everything else is staying the same, which means Embor is still a fire and fighting type. Clefable's going to be fairy and flying, which... Okay, makes sense. You know, it's always had little wings on the back. Now they probably grow up. There's a bunch of descriptions. I don't give a fuck about the descriptions, I'll be honest, of what they look like, because these were things that were from a 4chan leaker, and apparently they've been confirmed, but I don't really care about those, I'll be honest. Like, Mega Zygarde looks like the Gundam. Wow, who would have thought? Floette, Mega Eternal Flower Floette becomes bigger. Cool. And a bunch of other shit. Victory Bell eats itself. Malamar is whatever. Hawlucha gets a different mask. Who the fuck cares, okay? No stats, no abilities. Don't give a shit. So, don't care. These matter more. So, looks like my calls were correct. Meganium's gonna be a Grass Fairy type, because duh. And Gator, a Water Dragon type, because I don't want to say duh, because that's not as duh, because it could be, it would have either been a Dark type or a Dragon type. It's just, it depends on what they feel like. But I did say that it's probably not going to be a Dark type because of Gyarados, because Mega Gyarados is there, because the Gyarados. So it's probably going to be a Dragon type, part Dragon, because there's no Water Dragon Mega yet. So, there you go. You got your Water Dragon Mega. And Barbaricle's going to have the same type as Terrakion, Rock and Fighting. No Water typing. A slightly better typing than Rock and Water, but still pretty bad. But my shit about Barbaricole aside, who cares? Why do I have this open as well? Oh, because of the typing. Yeah, that's why. I don't need that open. Yeah, this is all I care about. This, Fairy Flying, Grass Fairy, the easiest call of the century. This one makes a lot of sense. Although it's a slight downgrade in terms of typing for Clefable. You'd much rather keep your neutrality. Oh, I have no idea. This is just an obvious call. Grass and Fairy as a typing combination is they don't really complement each other at all, to be honest. Like, the only thing that you gain with combining Grass with Fairy is a neutrality to Bug. And that's it. But you gain a bunch of weaknesses. It's not a great typing combination. I'm hoping that this thing gets Calm Mind because it becomes part Fairy. And a lot of Fairies learn Psychic moves. It gets some Psychic moves, it gets Calm Mind, and it gets Triage. Then it'll be interesting. But it also depends on the stats. So, could be good, it could be bad. They would have to really, like, for Mega Meganium to be good as a Mega, they'd have to pull, like, quite a rabbit out of their hat. Because, that girl ain't working with much. She's got some tools, but needs a lot more. Way more. And I mean, since it's going to be part Fairy, that means its moveset is definitely getting revamped. So, with the revamping of the moveset, and depending on the ability and where those stats get distributed, maybe something interesting comes out of it. Gator, Water Dragon, easiest call of life. It's got a lot of dragon moves. Question is if it's going to get Sheer Force as its ability. It's going to keep that as an ability. It could also have Tough Claws. It's probably going to get Tough Claws as an ability. Still good. Way higher move flexibility. Doesn't have to make like a dragon move with a secondary ability. So I think for Alligator's probably going to get Tough Claws if it's Water Dragon. And Barbaricole, and we'll see what they do with that. Could be, like I said in my initial sort of, like, speculation, this thing could either be fucking crazy or, tame. But with Shell Smash, anything is possible. Although, keep in mind, with Rock and Fighting, it does mean that this thing is vulnerable to Bullet Punch. So, Priority can take this thing out. So there's a give and a take here. Whereas with, for example, the reason that Mega Blastoise is like pretty much like super broken as a Shell Smasher is because, like I said before, my initial analysis, it's really bulky, like stupidly bulky. Even at -1/-1, it's still going to be very, very bulky, and there's not really much priority that can take it out. Not a lot of options, to be honest. Like, you have Thunderclap from Raging Bolt and Grassy Glide. And it might just live those, because it's too bulky. Probably not the Thunderclap, because Raging Bolt is really strong. A base 137 special attack. So it's going to die to a Thunderclap. But it might live it could potentially live a Grassy Glide, although it would be boosted by the grassy terrain, so might not. The options to check a Mega Blastoise once Shell Smashed up in the context of OU are very limited. Very, very limited, which is why it got banned. Barbercull remains to be seen, right? It depends on the ability. It depends on how much speed it gets. It depends. Brock and Fighting is a lot more vulnerable to a lot more common priority. And Barbercull is pretty physically bulky. It could potentially live a Bullet Punch, but wait and see. I mean, the main powerful users of Bullet Punch are Scizor and like Tough Claw's Mega Metagross, which could definitely punch through that, no problem. But wait and see. We'll see what happens. All right, what the hell is this? I know that Jackson Hinkle is like, I don't know, trying to get political clout in like Yemen. Again, this is the dude who likes Palestine because he's an anti-Semite, pretty much. So he's in Yemen because he wants clout. Let's be honest here. Let's just keep it. We're keeping it $150. He wants clout. I bet Yemenis want him out of there. Maybe. I don't know.
مع جاكسون هينكل الناشط الأمريكي المعارض. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Keep in mind, this guy does not give a shit about free Palestine. He wants Hamas to win, but still have them be like the sort of main political party in place in power within Gaza and the West Bank. And as I've talked about before, Hamas doesn't give a shit about the Palestinian people. Like, the only reason why they were as successful, politically speaking, with October 7th and their counter of the Abrahamic Accords is because, well, Israel has just been so repugnant in terms of its response to the October 7th attacks that it's been really easy for them politically to make Israel into a pariah state. So, and I mean, like, obviously the U.S. is really not helping much with that by enabling the Israelis. But, you know, like, this guy, he doesn't believe in anything. He believes in nothing. Like, anything he says should be taken with a grain of salt.
I am so honored to be here.
لي الشرف الكبير أن أكون معكم اليوم.
I have never met a more courageous people.
على الإطلاق لم أقابل شجعانا مثلكم هنا اليوم.
America and the Zionist entity fears Yemen more than anyone else.
أمريكا والصهيونية والصهاينة يخافون اليمن.
Yeah, so there you go. So with the idea of the Zionist entity, Jackson Hinkle is an anti-Semite first and foremost because, again, what does he do very, very often? He conflates Jew with Zionist all the time, which is, well, anti-Semitic, first and foremost. Obviously, every Jew is not a Zionist, and every Zionist isn't a Jew, right? Pretty obvious shit right there.
Because the people of...
And yeah, like Boy Meets Minnie said, whenever he talks about Israel, that's the only lens of analysis he takes this under. He's a complete charlatan. Him and Nick Fuentes, in terms of Israel, are like this. They agree with it wholeheartedly. Which is really funny, because he's also a stooge for the Russians, right? He's a stooge for the Russians, and the Russians, well, guess what? They love Israel, dude. Israel's one of their biggest trading partners. So, like, this is how you know. Like, this guy doesn't believe in shit.
Yemen fear nobody but God.
لأن اليمنيين لا يخشون شيئا إلا الله.
Bro, this looks like a scene
I
out of a movie.
understand that here today
أتفهم إليكم اليوم.
it is Quds Day, and I could think of nowhere else I would rather be than with the free people of Yemen.
So keep in mind, he's mostly talking with the Houthis. The Houthis are a political party who are upset about the fact that they lost an election. The first and foremost. Their rule is incredibly repressive and repugnant. These people are not really free. I'm not saying that the Yemeni sort of like regional government is probably much better. They're probably not really much better. But to say that these people are free, questionable at best. Very, very questionable at best.
أشرف وأفخر بأن أكون في يوم القدس هنا في اليمن بجانبكم.
As the United States drops bombs on the people of Yemen and Gaza,
في حين أن الولايات الأمريكية تقصفكم وترمي عليكم بالقنابل والقذائف.
we know that the U.S. and the Zionist entity is waging a war against God.
ونعرف.
Yeah, again, see how he always, like I said before, he just keeps saying Zionist entity. Like Zionist entity, Zionist entity. Why not just be honest? Just be honest. Vanguardist shit, pretty much. Like, one for one. Like, again, like, how many... There's so many of these fucking charlatans. And they are all just charlatans. Who pretty much take the issue of Palestine for their own fucking purposes. Like I said before, Jackson Hinkle does not give much of a shit at all about the Israel-Palestine, about the Palestinian genocide. This is just a vestige for him to get like more political clout. Bro does not give a shit about anything.
بأن أمريكا والصهيونية زائلة وزائلة.
And we know that anyone who wages a war against God will never be successful.
لأنهم يشنون حربا وفي وجه
See,
الله.
like, bro is like literally in this fucking like, bro is trying to be Houthi Lisan al-Gaib. He's like talking about like religious shit all the fucking time. I thought this was like supposed to be a liberatory struggle for the proletariat of Yemen or something. I thought you were a Marxist-Leninist. Like, this shit sounds like no different than like a fucking freakazoid like right-leaning preacher. Yeah, also, yeah, what happened to Marxist-Leninists being atheists? So what's up with that? That's a good question, Boy Meets Minnie.
فهم الخاسرون.
Thank you for having me here.
أشكر استقبالكم لي هنا معكم اليوم في هذه اللحظات.
And inshallah, one day we will meet in a free Palestine.
وسنلتقي إن شاء الله
No,
يوما
they're just
ما
saying
في
God is great,
فلسطين.
pretty much. crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, he's trying to be like a Lisan Al Gaib type character. It's fucking ridiculous. When he gets back to the U.S., watch him complain about Trump's deportation policies. I don't think he's coming back to the U.S. Has he ever come back to the U.S. ever since he went to like Russia? I don't think so. They're gonna detain him 1,000%. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like again, like believe nothing from a charlatan like this. He doesn't believe in anything. Like he's a liar through and through. Fundamentally speaking, like he defended Assad's regime. Like I want you to sort of ask, what do you like most Yemenis think of like Assad? And he's like one of Assad's biggest defenders. Like everyone across the whole the entirety of the Arab world fucking hates Assad. So like again, like don't believe ever in anything that comes out of Jackson Hinkle's mouth. The only reason why he believes in a free Palestine is because it is politically efficacious for him to believe in that. He believes in fucking nothing. He believes in some of the most oppressive, like, horrid regimes, yet he fundamentally agrees with a, like, liberatory struggle. Yeah, okay. Make it, like, it's one of those situations where it's just like, just make it make sense, bro. He's just full of it, bro. Alright, on to the next thing. Oh boy, it's more Aaron Rupar. Let's do the Canada shit. Okay. All right. Let's start talking about this. So I guess this was a thing that Mark Carney said yesterday, was it? I think it was yesterday. Mark Carney, the old relationship we had with the United States based on deepening integration of our economies and military cooperation is over. Damn, Canada might be cutting ties with the US? Based? Based alert? Based alert? Holy shit. Crazy if it does happen. But, what? From what I recall correctly, April 2nd is when these reciprocal tariffs are supposed to go into place or some shit, right? Like, that's apparently still happening. Apparently. Like, the coke tariffs that Trump has, like, pushed back, like, for 5 times or some shit. I don't even know, bro. Like, yeah, I don't even know. It's been pushed back a bunch. It's just complete nonsense. Nothing really matters. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what Mark's got to say.
Relationship we had with the United States. The old relationship we had with the United States based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations.
That's how it used to work. True.
What exactly the United States does next is unclear. But what is clear? What is clear is that we, as Canadians, have agency. We have power.
True. Like, we are the ones who need the U.S. needs us more than we need the U.S., right? Like, there's, like, that's why, like, everyone was just like, why the fuck are you doing this trade war shit, Trump? Like, what do you, like, what's the goal? And everyone's just, like, very confused as to what's going on. And are just like, why are you doing this? This does not make any sense. Why? And it's just confusing. Like, America is the one who needs our lumber. They're the ones who need our potash, our natural resources, because they themselves can't really produce that shit all that well on their own. As much as, like, Trump likes to pretend that, like, no, actually, we're great at producing those resources. We're the best at it, actually. We're so good. He's full of it.
We are masters in our own home. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. We can control our destiny. We can give ourselves much more than any foreign government, including the United States, can ever take away. We can deal with this crisis best by building our strength right here at home. It will take hard work.
Real?
It will take steady and focused determination from governments, from businesses, from labor, from Canadians.
True.
We will need to dramatically reduce our reliance on the United States.
And there's that line right there that I think got some people in the United States more likely scared. I'm spoiling a little bit here, but Trump's attitudes have been changing significantly, and I think it's because of that line in particular. Because I've been saying this myself. I'm just like, dude, make a deal with the Chinese or the Europeans. There's been, like, rumors, like, we had a poll saying, like, a plurality of people are willing to join the EU in Canada. It was, like, at 42 or 44% that of people in favor of us joining the EU, saying, like, yeah, we wouldn't be fucking, as, you know, treated as shit like that by the US or by the Europeans. Which is fucking crazy, by the way. Wild fucking stuff is going on. That this is, like, the sort of state of affairs that we find ourselves in. But that's just how, like, poorly and shittily, like, the U.S. has been treating us. And understandably, a lot of Canadians were really pissed about this. There's, like, always constant, like, TikToks and everything about, like, of, like, Canadians just being, like, extremely frustrated with the Americans doing, like, dude, like, Trump, why are you doing the things that you're doing? It just doesn't make any sense. And, like, of course, since, like, Trump supporters are idiots and they don't, like, they're just in a cult, so they just go along to get along, and they don't have, like, much of an understanding of what the fuck is going on. They soy on, be like, real, yeah, we love everything that Trump's doing, even though, like, everything that Trump is doing hurts them, primarily speaking. Everyone's just like, bro, like, what are you doing? What are you saying? Why? Like, you're being stupid. And so, yeah, we've had these plans also before. Like, there are plans talked about from CSIS about, like, the instability of the U.S. And we're just like, we may have to come up with some potential contingencies if the U.S. actually just... Because initially, we never thought that this would have happened. It's just like, yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, we've been in lockstep with the U.S. since, like, ever, bro. Like, ever since 1812. Like, it's great. It's fantastic. We're having a great relationship here. And now, like, Trump came in and we're just like, yeah, I don't know. We may have to come up with some contingencies just in case, because, like, this Trump guy's a fucking idiot. Like, he's just, like, wrecking and destroying everything for, like, what exactly? We don't really know. We have to come up with some potential contingency plans in case, like, the U.S. does decide to go rogue. And when that story, like, broke, that's, like, fucking unheard of. It's crazy to have to think about, like, yeah, dude, like, we may have to go our own way. We may have to come up with, like, some other relationships with other powers because, like, dude, the U.S. is incredibly unreliable. And like I said, this is completely unheard of. The sort of territory that we trot ourselves in. It's just how, like, stupid and cultish the sort of, like, MAGA base is. It's incredible.
We will need to pivot our trade relationships elsewhere. And we will need to do things previously thought impossible at speeds we haven't seen in generations.
That's true. And I know that, like, recently we've been talking more with the Europeans, other Central American powers as well, like the Mexicans, and the, not only the Mexicans, but also, like, I think it was Guatemala as well. We've been talking with a bunch of the Central American states, trying to deepen trade relations. Primary being Mexico, of course, because we already have, like, sort of established trade agreements with them and whatnot. We already have rapport. But, like, who would not want Canadian natural resources? Everyone probably wants them. Like, fuck it, yeah, sure. We have a ton of oil. We have a ton of other, like, really useful resources for, like, fertilizers and shit. So, yeah, who wouldn't want them, right? That's like the meme, right? But this is great. This is completely unprecedented. So this was yesterday. Like, what else did he say?
I understand and respect his goal to support American workers, but I disagree with him that this is how to help them. With time, it will become apparent that these actions will end up hurting American workers and American consumers.
I mean, this is just objective.
I reject any attempts to weaken Canada, to wear us down, to break us so that America can own us. That will never happen.
And that's also been pretty much explicitly said by Trump, saying like, we wanna use economic coercion on the Canadians so then they become our glorious 51st state. Which is true. This has been the rhetoric that Trump has been using so far. Like, it's not this is not a completely ridiculous, like, inaccurate thing to say, to be honest.
Our response to these latest tariffs is to fight, is to protect, and to build. We will fight the U.S. tariffs with retaliatory trade actions of our own that will have maximum impact in the United States.
So yeah, this is hypothetically speaking, if the April 2nd tariffs do go in. I think that's probably just a quick sort of important little tidbit to add there. Because right now these are proposed trade actions that the Trump administration are saying, like, yeah, we're gonna tariff you because we think you're stinky. So basically, like, following up with like what Trudeau has been saying, like, okay, I mean, if you want to tariff us, fine, we're gonna tariff you back, sure, bro, like, whatever, that plan is still more or less in place, right? Like, all the premiers, broadly speaking, agreed with it. All of the MPs pretty much are on board. Everyone's on board with this shit. And, like, we know what's up. So we're just like, yeah, well, we're ready. We're ready to go, man. We're ready to go. Just, if the U.S. does decide to pull the trigger, we're going to pull the trigger back, because that's how these things work.
And minimum impacts here in Canada. Understand and
So that's pretty much been the Mark Carney's main sort of response. He's pretty much ready to go. And now, well, this was just today. I just finished speaking with Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada. It was an extremely productive call. We agree on many things, and we'll be meeting immediately after Canada's upcoming election to work on elements of politics, business, and all other factors that will end up being great for both the United States of America and Canada. Thank you for your attention to this matter. First off, bro did not fucking write this. Second off, the tone shift is wild. Nothing about Governor Carney, no 51st state rhetoric. He's going to be meeting immediately after the election. Nothing about, like, nothing about, Pierre Poilievre, like, any of his, like, polling numbers. Nothing about, like, Mark Carney's polling numbers or anything, because he loves to attack people with their bad polling numbers or whatever. That's a very common thing he does. It's wild. Because I know he's also said this, right? Like, Canada's PM says they will be implementing retaliatory tariffs. He said if that were to happen, he will be responding with large-scale tariffs. Will you be following through? Absolutely. We have Liberation Day on April 2nd, which I don't know. That's like when all the tariffs are going in. But, you know. This was also today.
Canada's Prime Minister says that they will be implementing retaliatory tariffs. You said if that were to happen, that you would be responding with large-scale tariffs. Will you be following through with that promise?
Well, absolutely, but we had a very good conversation. Mark called me today at 10 o'clock. We put out a statement. We had a very good talk. He's going through an election now, and we'll see what happens, but we have Liberation Day.
Yeah, we'll see what happens is what he's saying in response to the elections. Nothing because if he did not like Mark Carney, you would be hearing nothing besides, like, he has very bad polls. He's posed very poorly with the Canadian people, even though, like, there hasn't been, like, much polling at all yet about, like, what people's thoughts on Mark Carney are, because he, like, the Liberals just finished their leadership race stuff, so, like, there's not really much information to go off of there yet, but, you know, Trump doesn't give a shit. He'll say it anyways, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But nothing about that. Mostly what I'm just pointing out here is just the tone shift is insane. I think it's because he doesn't have to deal with woke Trudeau. Well, we'll get to that, Boy Meets Mini. We'll get to that.
As you know, on April 2nd, because, and I'm not referring to Canada, but many countries have taken advantage of us, the likes of which nobody even thought was possible for many, many decades, for decades. And, you know, that has to stop.
Canada's Prime Minister
Which is
said,
complete nonsense, of course. And, like, here's the thing. Just recently, this was also on, this is in the morning. Now, this is something that, Trump, I think, wrote himself. If the European Union works with Canada in order to do economic harm to the USA, large-scale tariffs, far larger than currently planned, will be placed on both of them in order to protect the best friend that each of these two countries has ever had. This was definitely written by Donald, but, like, this was today, this was yesterday. Apparently, I've heard that Europe wants to leave NATO. That I'm not 100% certain on, Boy Meets Mini. So, like, the tone shift is crazy. Yeah, like, Carney, I guess, has the actual mandate of heaven. This is insanity. That this is, like, what's going on right now. It's ridiculous. This man has somehow, like, tamed the dawn, I guess. I have no idea what was on in that call. And, I mean, either, like, maybe they said that, you know, and you have to take anything that Trump says with a grain of salt, because he just says words. Words mean things, apparently, maybe, to Trump. He just says shit to say shit, right? You have no idea if what he's telling is the truth, it's a lie, it could mean anything. You have no idea. He just says stuff. He's a yapper. But, like, I guess we just have to wait and see what happens potentially on what is it, April 2nd, is it? That the tariffs are allegedly going to be going in? Who the hell knows, man? I have no idea. But I guess this is our, like, latest edition of keeping up with the tariffs. It'd be funny if Trump did the tariffs on April 1st. That would be pretty funny. That would be funny if he were to do that. I have a feeling he's probably not going to do that. Maybe he'll just, like, forget. I don't know, honestly. We're just, like, in truly sort of just random territory. Like, no one, I don't think anyone can really, like, predict what could possibly happen. And, like, here's, like, the sort of theories for as to why this could be the case. Like, and this is what, like, David Dole said. So either, the call went well, and they agreed on a bunch of stuff, which, I mean, could be really bad, or could be bad, could be good, I don't know. Trump could also just, and this is another thing I think David Dole also said, Trump could just randomly change his mind. Like, that's also happened before. He can just be like, actually, I don't like Mark Carney now. I think he's a big stinky beanie poo-poo head. That can also just randomly happen. And here's, I think this is the more likely case. Who remembers these? He's feeling cucked. He got emasculated. I think this is the real reason why he hated Trudeau as much as he hated Trudeau. It's this. Bro got fucking emasculated. Because we all know, Melania Trump fucking hates Trump's guts. Let's be honest here. This is, yeah, like, as you say, Boy Meets Minnie, this, like, we're dealing with a man who is so ridiculously fucking thin-skinned. Like, this, it could just be as deep as this. He's just mad about the fact that his wife got cucked. Or he got cucked by his wife with Justin Trudeau. Doesn't really matter. And we all know that what's the basis of, like, a lot of fascist, movements, and Trump is a fascist. Like, let's keep it a $1.50. Bro's a fascist. It's white male insecurity. Let's be frank. Let's be honest. It's all white male insecurity shit. Oh, like the psychosexual, like, yeah, I'm just really mad and upset that my wife is, like, hates me, and doesn't want to call me anymore, and just never wants to do anything. It's either, like, white male insecurity or divorced dads. Basis of fascism right there. 101. And that's why he hated Trudeau. Is just this image. It was this. Because this was a big story when it happened. So, I think this is the reason why he's probably softened his language. Because, I mean, Mark Carney is not as good looking as Justin Trudeau. Let's be frank. He doesn't look as good as Trudeau. And Trump really is just that pathetically petulant. Let's be honest. He's that much of a thin-skinned individual. Alright, cool. Done with that segment. Very cool and very good. Yeah, like, bro, like, Justin Trudeau did fucking mog him that day, let's be honest. Let's be frank, let's be honest. Trudeau fucking mogged him, he got mogged. Sir, I got mogged. It's unfortunate, but it's true, I did get mogged. Yeah, well, you know, this Aaron is he's a clipper. He's a clipper. I'm just in the middle of a fight right now. I love to clip. Fucking mono fucking fairy, dude. What the hell is this? Clefable outspeeds Breloom. Oh, because of the fucking tailwind. Okay, now that makes sense. Got crit. Nice. I love getting crit. All right. Let's see. What clips are we gonna go through? I just want to go over all this, like, Greenland nonsense, because I think currently JD Vance is in Greenland. And, like, is the Greenland annexation stuff actually gonna happen? I don't know. Plans for Greenland.
Iranian drones.
Iranian drones.
100
Water roadways.
Tariffs.
JD Vance on Canada. Oh, I guess I should also say that.
Years.
That's the group chat leaks. President said clearly that the Greenland is an important part of security. Okay, that's Greenland
As
stuff.
the president said today that
Greenland. Water roads. They're water roads, folks. That's what sea lanes are. I think I know more about deductions than any human being on Earth. Okay, talk stupid. Trump talk about Greenland? Okay, I don't think I care about this anymore. All right, so quick addendum on our, I guess our Canada nonsense. You know, we're just gonna add like JD Vance's, I don't know, prattle. Let's be honest. What's he got to say? They don't have the cards. There's no way that Canada can win a trade war with the United States. Buddy, you're the one who just depended on natural resources from us. Your country is the one that's running a trade deficit with us. If we withhold our natural resources because you're tariffing them, you're the one who's going to suffer. Your prices are going to go up domestically. It's good to see that the United States, the Vice President of the United States has no fucking idea how tariffs work.
The tariffs. There's been some retaliation, some signals at least in the media that Canada's going to respond. Some of these others are going to respond to the president's tariffs. What's your message for Americans that are going to see costs increase on auto manufacturing, new cars, that kind of thing? Is it Buy America, or what's the message going forward there?
Well, let me say a couple of things. First of all, for the Canadians, and we have many dear friends in Canada, and of course we love the Canadian people, but the Canadian leadership.
That's fucking hilarious that you say that you love the Canadian people, even though you're vice president to the guy who's called us the fucking 51st state. Get the fuck out of here. You don't give a shit about Canada, bro. You get your goofy ass out of here. Bro does not care about Canada. Get the hell out of here. No, the fuck you don't. You just want our natural resources. Your fucking president was literally talking about, annexing us, like, literally just today. I guarantee you probably think the exact same thing, because again, you probably think like with the like Europeans that we're like freeloaders off of the U.S. because you're a stupid little fascist fucking freak who. I mean, it's all just like superiority complex and like might makes right type bullshit. It's standard like conservative fucking just dreck and nonsense. You know how it is. And obviously we know that JD Vance is a stupid freak, right? I mean, Catholic convert. We all know about fucking Catholic converts. They tend to be like the stupidest, most dumbest motherfuckers out there.
Threatening retaliatory tariffs against the United States. As President Trump often says,
I mean, you're the one who threatened tariffs on us first, so makes sense that we threaten stuff back. It's like, okay, I mean, if you want the smoke, alright, I guess. No one wants this except for you for some reason. But okay, man.
Just don't have the cards. There is no way that Canada can win a trade war with the United States. What President Trump has said is that he wants to level the playing field.
Yeah, by, like, making Americans have to pay for his dumb fuck tariffs. Because for whatever reason, he thinks, like, listen, all the tariffs, because it's, like, apparently, because we live back in the 1800s in his mind, he thinks the tariffs are going to make enough money to pay for his fucking tax cuts. That's why he wants to do the tariffs. Because he thinks they're going to pay for tax cuts. Which is obviously just ludicrous. It's stupid. Like, it's just not how that works. But, you know, typical dumb fuck JD Vance just wants to say dumb shit because, you know, he's a stupid freakazoid loser fascist. That's really about it. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, are those, like, soldiers for Greenland? Or are those American troops? Because we know there's American troops. Dude, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the game right now. Team Plasma just did a terrorist attack. They just blew up a bomb in a mountain. And then, you know. Dude, I'm telling you, like, old teams went hard. They did eco-terrorism, they stole shit, they blew shit up. All the time. There was always bombs. Hi, Marshall. Other member of the Elite Four. Hi, Chorus. Guys, I have a relationship. I'm doing war crimes, and I'm fine with it. Oh, we're about to fight Chorus. Oh, wait a minute. Chorus? I didn't know there was another Chorus fight here. That son of a bitch. Right, this is the second Chorus fight that you're supposed to do first. So my levels are a little out of whack. Oh, he just wants to show off his new creations. Oh boy. MT UFO F00 and MT2. What the hell typings are these fucking things? He's like, I'm gonna fight you with robots. And I'm just like, okay. Sure, man. Doing anti-terrorism. Well, I mean, yeah, they think of themselves as anti-terrorists, but in reality, these guys are fucking terrorists. Listen. You want to like take down some terrorists, Trump? There you go. We got Team Plasma. You know, Unova is supposed to be New York State, right? Think about it. Think about it. I have no fucking idea what to expect in this fucking chorus fight. Oh, they were memeing with this game? Oh, probably, yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of it is just fucking memes, but like... there's a lot of wacky stuff that goes on in Pokemon, dude. In Black and White. Like, lots of terrorism and shit. I want to have it such that my fire types can do something. Because he's got steel types, generally speaking. But I don't know what typings these stupid fucking robots are. So just take a bunch of fighting types and shit. And then, I don't know, go from there. That's pretty much going to be the plan. I think. Sure, we'll go with this. Just close this for now. Go away! I don't care. I got hit by a move. Curses. Can you suck my dick? Smile. Go away. Fucking, I hate my life. Let me leave. Oh my god, I fucking hate this stupid dumb fuck game. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, cool. Lovely. Alright, chorus time. Alright, let's get her started. Alright, chat, say hi, YouTube. YouTube! It's Colress again. So I guess I forgot that this was a fight. I don't know, this game is weird with where they put some of their fights and stuff. So, like, I guess these things are based off of Pokestar Studio Pokemon, I guess. I'm just gonna look at them, because I have no idea what the hell I'm going up against, I'll be honest. So F00 is a steel normal type. Okay. You know, I forgot that these things are, like, so weird. Oh, what are the other two? I don't know what their types are. UFO is like that thing that looks like a Silcoon, I think. Yeah. Flying Electric with Levitate. Yo, it's Rotom. It's Rotom. But it's got Magic Bounce in this game. It's pretty nuts. And then there's MT and MT2. Oh, it's the Mecha Tyranitar. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. So the Mecha Tyranitar is a steel type. What about the other type? What's Mecha Tyranitar 2? Oh, it's steel and electric. Okay, so I guess, like, the team that I have... Well, I don't really have anything for the other thing. Ah, whatever. We'll figure it out. The electric flying one might be a problem. That's really about it. We're just gonna do it. Sure, man. So these are supposed to be props, but He's like, I'm gonna make them into Pokemon. So this is the Tyranitar. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, what do we have here? Pure Steel. It's got Analytic. It's got Iron Head, Stealth Rock, Whirlwind, Aqua Tail. Okay. And we took away the Rain. Sure, man. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake here. I mean, this won't do too much. I have no idea what this thing's stats are, by the way, because I didn't do that much. Oh, it's 100 across the board. Okay. Which means this thing is pretty freaking fast. I am perfectly happy with this switch. It's gonna miss. Cool. I didn't want to take recoil damage, but now I'm just going to take extra damage from all this other stuff. I forgot to give this thing a life orb. That's okay. Alright, well, goodbye Mecha Tyranitar. I know that one of these things has Flash Fire. And that's you. You are the one with Flash Fire, and you have an air balloon. I just got U-turn. I should have taught this thing U-turn. That's okay. What the hell do you have? Shift gear? That's kind of scary, actually. Okay. Speaking of shift gear. Alright, just don't miss, please. I'm ready to be annoyed about missing the Leech Seed. Thank you. I could probably stall this thing out. Just click Iron Defense. I think my Ferrothorn is especially defensive. This won't do too much. It's at +2 though, but yeah, that did not do too much. Alright, time to become invincible. Can't believe you're just using stall tactics. Bite me. Okay, well. Time to be a humble little Ferrothorn and just, sit. Okay, well. What is the thing's stat spread, by the way? Also base 100 everywhere? Base 100 everywhere as well. With shift gear is wild though. And flash fire. That's a pretty good ability to have. Can I switch into anything? Probably not. Gets a Blair Spike for fun, even though it doesn't really do anything, but whatever. Alright, down goes the Mecha Tyranitar. So this thing has freaking Aeroblast. Speak of the devil. I should not be using Leech Seed against this thing because it has, it's got Magic Bounce. This thing is annoying. And this thing is very, very irritating, I'll be honest. Man, if I knew what this thing's typing was, I would have probably changed the team, but I didn't know what this thing's typing was. Well, we have to deal with it now, I guess. Look at me bob and weave. Oh, this thing has Magic Bounce. But they did nothing. What is this thing's stats? Got crit. Nice. Base 100 across the board. I want to do as much damage as possible to this thing. Okay. What ability do you have? Volt Absorb. I guess base 100 across the board. It's got E-Speed. Okay. Sure, man. Let me guess, you're also base 100 across the board? Yes. I mean, this is quad super effective. Strange, strange Pokemon. No. Let me live. Get the hell out of here. Nice crit, doofus. I'm hard body. You're dead. Alright, that was annoying. Mostly because I had no idea what I was going up against. Alright, well, goodbye, mad scientist, man. That was annoying, I'll be honest. Well, anywho, YouTube. You know where to catch these live as always. Twitch.tv/Daharumba. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube algo shit. You know how it is. Anywho, peace out. Alright. Back to dumb fucks. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't think I care about the Trump stuff that much. I was gonna look for the Greenland clips that he had, but I think we're just gonna make fun of this asshole instead. All right, so in all this talk about, the U.S. wanted to annex Canada. I guess they also want to annex Greenland. I think for like a long time, ever since World War II, the government of Denmark has allowed the U.S. to put a base and troops within Greenland for security purposes or whatever. I'm not exactly certain what the deal is. It's more than likely security and training and stuff like that. You know, standard stuff that the Americans have done throughout the time during World War II and after the Marshall Plan, setting up of NATO. You know, standard stuff there. But now they want to annex Greenland, saying that, I don't know, they're ungrateful or some shit. Well, I mean, that's like one of the things that J.D. Vance is going for, because like we're doing like Pax Americana, like 1880s like colonial imperialism shit, because again, the right wing are a bunch of just dumb fuck larpers. Anywho, incredible. J.D. Vance rails against Denmark from Greenland. He is in Greenland right now. Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. Is that what the people of Greenland are saying? Somehow I don't think that's the case.
Safe. And you know, one of the things I heard was, well, what about the many Danes who lost their lives in the war on terror fighting alongside the United States? Well, look, we obviously...
How many Danish people died in the war in Iraq? How many Danish like troops died? How many Danish troops died in Afghanistan? 43. 43 casualties from Denmark. That's casualties. That doesn't mean KIA necessarily. That can also mean injuries. So that's 43 KIA, potentially. But more than likely, a bunch got injured and some got killed. I think Greenland actually wants to be autonomous. That is what I also have heard as well from broader polling. And that this is just like, we don't want to be annexed by the U.S.
Honor the sacrifice of our Danish friends in the war on terror 20 years ago, just as, for example, the French honor the sacrifice of Americans in Normandy 80 years ago. But recognizing that there are important security...
Bro, you're in Greenland and you're talking about wanting to annex Greenland? You sure, like, the main, I guess, sort of, like, what is it? It's not owners. I don't think that's the correct term. A protectorate? I don't know if protectorate is also the correct state. They're like, you know, they're a state within Denmark, but it's like a Puerto Rico situation. Kind of, it's basically like still a colony. And from what I understand, what Greenlanders want, they want to just be fully autonomous on their own and just do their own thing. That's what they want. But, you know,
security
whatever.
Partnerships in the past does not mean that we can't have disagreements with allies in the present about how to preserve our shared security for the future. And that's what this is about.
Yeah, but the disagreement here, let's be honest, what's the disagreement here? We want to take one of your sovereign territories away from you, and everyone within the territory and the main sort of representative of that territory is just like, no, we don't want to. Like, I know, like, in the future, because of climate change, Greenland's going to have a much bigger sort of, like, importance within the sort of geopolitical situation because of the new sea lanes that could open up because of the melting ice caps, which is pretty fucking wretched that this is the main way that we're thinking about the results of climate change. But, you know, capitalists got a capitalist. We love capitalism. Very cool and good. And also the sort of like we're just like completely ignoring and not caring about like the wants and desires for as to what Greenlanders sort of wants. But well, you know, the conservatives got a conservative. We got to do our LARPy like 1880s style colonial imperialism.
There is no amount of bullying, no amount of obfuscating, no amount of confusing the issue. Our message.
You're constantly threatening tariffs on the entirety of the European Union, which Denmark is a part of. So, no attempted bullying? Okay.
Message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architect.
Isn't Greenland mostly a autonomous region? They mostly just govern themselves because that's what they want. And like Boy Meets Mini said earlier, Greenland wants to be autonomous. They want to be their own state, their own country. Well, I mean, why don't we look this up? Are Greenlanders unsatisfied with Denmark? Is this true? Denmark versus the U.S. What Greenland really wants. What does the BBC have to say about this? Does it want Trump? What's the polling? I just want some polling. Strained ties with the Danes. One poll of Greenlanders suggested only 6% of Greenlanders want their country to become a part of the U.S., with 9% undecided and 85% against. Alright, that's a pretty strict repudiation of that. What's the population of Greenland? I don't think it's very high, right? 56,000 people? Right? So there's that, I suppose. Where does Denmark come into this? String revelations. Serious wrongs against. They have strained ties with the Danes, but they don't want to be a part of the U.S. Small group demanded compensation. Nothing about the approval with Greenland. Mostly about how they don't want to join the U.S. So, no polling there. It seems like. I guess that question was never asked. But that's one poll. I guess there's only been one poll run about this, because why the fuck would you want to keep looking into that so much, but whatever. Opinion polls in recent years indicate a fairly consistent pattern, with around 2/3 of Greenland's population saying that they want to be independent. So about 67.7% say they want to be independent. Cool. Ingredients for independence. How Trump proposes for Greenland when he first floated the idea in 2019. It would essentially be a large real estate deal. But it's not very popular. Okay. Welfare factor. Trump's tactics in the case for the U.S. Question is, would benefit from rising cooperation? To what extent? Greenland's national project. Not really anything. Honestly, Greenlanders are probably thinking, get this military base off our land. Maybe. I think, I don't know if they really care about that all that much. Maybe they're thinking that. Who the fuck knows, to be honest. Maybe they don't really care all that much. They're probably more so thinking, we don't want to be annexed by the U.S. and have, like, hotels or whatever the fuck in our land, because we don't want to deal with the U.S.'s unstable, fucking idiotic bullshit, I think. They want their own independence, to be honest. Whether they have, like, a referendum and then they decide to kick the base out, that's, well, up to them, right? But we don't really know. Doesn't seem to be much polling into that.
Of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change.
Well, apparently only 6% approve of whatever you're saying, so, I don't think you really got much going for you there, JD Vance. Reporter, the president said today, we have to have Greenland. By being here today, are you conveying that message? We can't just ignore the president's desires. The president's desires. This island is not safe.
And the president said today that we have to have Greenland. By being here today...
I know that the Russians are trying to make a bid. Like, they're trying to court Greenland more. Because, again, it's all about those sea lanes, right? That's through the Arctic as the ice melts. And also, like, Greenland is very rich in a lot of, like, natural resources.
Are you also conveying that message that the U.S. is very serious in its desire to acquire Greenland?
Well, the president said we have to have Greenland, and I think that we do have to be more serious about the security of Greenland. We can't just ignore this place. We can't just ignore the president's desires, but most importantly, we can't ignore what I said earlier, which is the Russian and Chinese encroachment in Greenland.
So what he's saying here is not untrue. There is more like influence of Russian and Chinese money going into Greenland because, again, like I said before, they want the sea lanes for when the ice starts to melt and those become available. They want control of that first and foremost, which is why it's becoming more of a sort of geopolitical, sort of strategic asset to want to court Greenland. It's all foreign policy. It's all geopolitics shit that's going on here. Again, trade lanes, sea lanes, you know, whatever. And also, it's a place to place weapon systems as well, right? Like, it's much easier to send like ICBMs over the North Pole and like strike at targets. And, you know, the closer you get to it, the easier it is to do that. Shit like that.
We have to do more. Now, what the president said in his State of the Union...
And yeah, the reason why like people didn't really care about this as much in, say, like the Cold War is because like the sort of like idea that like the sea lanes, the ice caps up in like Greenland were to melt because of climate change. That wasn't really public information. Maybe some, like the Soviet Union and the United States knew about that. I doubt it. Because like during the 70s, like which like fossil fuel company knew that humans were the main cause of climate change? It was not Shell. It was ExxonMobil, right? Exxon knew about the effects of climate change in the 70s. So they probably knew about like the potential strategic asset that Greenland could eventually become. But like, otherwise, not really. Like, no one really cared, to be honest. Because it just didn't matter as much. It's just like, I mean, it's mostly like a frozen wasteland, and there's natural resources up there, sure. But otherwise, there's not a lot up there.
Address, and he was very clear about this, is...
And I mean, if anyone, like, encroached Greenland, like the Soviets were to try to go encroach Greenland, guess what? Article 5 gets triggered, because Denmark's a part of NATO at that point, right? So, I probably don't want to do that.
We respect the self-determination of the people of Greenland, but my argument again to them is I think that you'd be a lot better coming under the United States security umbrella than you have been under Denmark's security umbrella. Because what Denmark's security umbrella has meant is effectively they've passed it all off to brave Americans and hoped that we would pick up the tab. We're simply saying to the...
it's not how that works. Denmark in World War II said that for their own security purposes, because at that point in time, the main part of their country was occupied by the Nazis. So they said to the Americans, you can set up a base in Greenland. So, and this is wrong. That's why the military base is there to begin with. And, you know, then the Cold War started. So then they just kept the base there just in case. But, you know, no, this is not true.
The people of Greenland, when the president says we've got to have Greenland, he's saying this island is not safe. A lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people are making a play. We know that America cares about the security of this island.
Again, like I said before, security has a role to play into this. No, it's more about resource extraction because Greenland has natural resources. Because again, Trump thinks like it's 1880 for whatever fucking reason, and it's about the sea lanes because of climate change. That's what it's really about. He's obfuscating
for the people, for the sake of the people of Greenland, but also for the sake of the national security interests of the United States of America. So our message is very simple. Yes, the people of Greenland are going to have self-determination. We hope that they choose
by letting us, you know, further occupy their country. Yeah. Self-determination. Sure, yeah.
Choose to partner with the United States because we're the only nation on earth that will respect their sovereignty and respect their security, because their security is very much our security, as these brave Americans show.
So, babble. It's just babble. Oh yeah, we hope that the Greenlanders choose to have choose us to be a part of their security umbrella. You are talking from a base, a U.S. base that's established in Greenland right now. So like, are they not cooperating with you, or are they cooperating with you? Like what? Which is it? Like, you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth. Is Denmark not an ally of the U.S. now or something? They're not cooperating? I'm just a little confused. Like, what's going on? Something seems to be a little off here, you know? But again, has to obfuscate and lie out of both sides of his mouth because, again, Trump thinks it's like the 1880s. We want to just occupy the country. That's what it really is, and they want the sea lanes for themselves. J.D. Vance, the president said clearly he doesn't think that military force is going to be necessary, but he absolutely believes that Greenland is an important part of the security, not just of the U.S., but of the world, and of course, of the people of Greenland too. Have the people of Greenland been asked, like, what they think of this? Like, no? Okay. Probably not.
Yeah.
President has previously not ruled out military force when he's talking about taking over Greenland.
That is
but
true.
Your rhetoric today is...
That is true. In the initial sort of like talk about this, he did say he would want to try to like militarily occupy the country, which would be war against Denmark, because Denmark is currently the main sort of owner, representative of Greenland. Yes, and Article 5 would have to be called on the U.S. That's like he would have to fight against NATO allies, because Greenland's a part of NATO because they're a part of Denmark. But hey, well, you know,
is more about encouraging the Greenlandic people to vote for independence. Do you think the rhetoric has changed about that, or what's your message there?
No, I don't think it's changed at all. Look, the president said clearly he doesn't think that military force is going to be necessary, but he absolutely believes that Greenland is an important part of the security, not just of the United States, but of the world, and of course the people of Greenland too. It's very simple. I think the president's been very consistent here from his State of the Union, from his inaugural address, and
I want to occupy Greenland. It's never been about security. He wants the sea lanes, and I'm pretty sure everyone else understands that. Again, thank you, climate change, making, I guess, new trade routes, basically. I keep saying the same point over and over again. What do people in Greenland want? Even the reporter herself said they want independence from Denmark, and they definitely do not want to be occupied by the U.S., which is so far been pretty consistent. But J.D. Vance doesn't give a fuck about that.
Every public statement that he's made, this territory, Greenland, really matters for the security of the United States. It's extremely vulnerable right now. And if the people of Greenland were willing to partner with the United States, and I think that they ultimately will partner with the United States, we could make them much more secure.
I mean, they're already partnered with the... You are speaking from a U.S. base that's in Greenland, that's been there since, like, the 40s. What are you talking about? What? Okay, dude. But Greenland doesn't want to participate with the security... Like, again, like I said before, he's speaking out of both sides of his mouth, because it's not about national security. It's never been about that. They don't give a shit about that.
We could do a lot more protection, and I think they'd fare a lot better economically as well. This has to happen. And the reason it has to happen, I hate to say it, is because our friends in Denmark have not done their job in keeping this area safe. They just haven't done it. It's very simple for all.
See, again, like, there's really not much else to say about this, because this is all just obfuscation. They're in NATO. They get attacked, Article 5. Then everyone joins in. Whoa. They have the ultimate of, like, ultimate security blankets. Why is he, like, treating, like, Denmark as if it's, like, a sort of separate entity? Like, should Denmark be placing troops in Greenland and placing assets in Greenland or something? Is that, like, what's being suggested here? Like, I mean, it's complete fucking nonsense. Is that, like, what's being suggested here? If I were to try to treat this actually seriously for, like, even 2 seconds? But okay.
All of our friends in the American media who attack the administration for pointing out the obvious, what is the alternative? To give up the North Atlantic? To give up the Arctic to China?
Okay, and yet, like, Trump constantly rails on NATO, and Trump constantly talks about how he wants the U.S. to leave NATO, which would make them actually vulnerable as it's security-wise. But again, speaking out of both sides of their mouth, or as Boy Meets Minnie says, they want to be independent on their own. Like, I'm pretty sure if the Russians or the Chinese were to try to occupy, or like try to do like Belt and Road type bullshit in there, like the Chinese would want to do, economic imperialism, would Greenland be a big fan of that? Probably not. Like, they just want to do their own thing. I mean, it's pretty simple, but the only reason why this is a thing is because, again, Trump, like I said before, he thinks it's like the 1880s and he wants to just do like random imperial conquests. That's it. Like, are there potential security threats coming in from the Russians and the Chinese? Maybe. I don't know what evidence there is of that. I don't think it's, like, ridiculous to say, but, like, the idea that there's, like, something going on is just, like, nah. It's all just, like, geopolitical control. Again, everyone just wants the fucking shipping lane that might open up. That's the whole point of this.
China, to Russia, and to other regimes that don't have the best interest of the American people at heart, we have no other option. We need to take a significant position in Greenland to keep the people here safe, but to keep our own country safe too.
Again, you're speaking from a military base, a U.S. military base in Greenland, but okay, that's not significant enough. And what do we have here? I guess that's pretty much our done with J.D. Vance's idiotic nonsense. Trump on sea lanes. They're water roadways.
It makes Greenland 100 years ago, less so. But also, would you like to visit Greenland? If you notice, also some of those, you could call them roadways, okay? They're water roadways. But some of those areas are opening up, and they're opening up icebreakers out there. They're opening them, and by just nature, they're opening up, and they're...
Can't say that it's because of climate change, because he doesn't believe in climate change. That's the real reason that these are opening up as sea lanes, but I digress.
Headed right into China, right into Russia, and we have no choice. The answer is he's there with his wonderful wife, Usha. They're there right now. They landed a couple of hours ago, and they will represent us well. But Greenland's very important for peace of the world, not...
6% approve, saying that they do want to be occupied by the U.S. That 6%, like 4,000 people say, like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? But 68%, so about 2/3 of Greenland, six, not 60, 6. You might be getting a little old there, Boy Meets Minnie. You're deaf now. 6% of Greenlanders say they want to be occupied by the U.S. 68% want to have independence, become their own independent state, but, well, you know. No one gives a shit about that, but okay.
The peace of the entire world. And I think Denmark understands it. I think the European Union understands it. And if they don't, we're going to have to explain it to them. Would you like to?
Yeah, and they said no multiple times, yet you still keep pushing for it. But you're still going to try to be forceful about it. I mean, it should show you. It's just the contempt that these... We've seen this in, like, the leaked chats, right? Leaked chats, remember? We all remember our leaked chats. Discord chat leaked. Fuck. Time to run away. These guys have complete and utter contempt for the European Union. They hate the Europeans, obviously. So, you know, they're just going to, like, say anything to try to justify the position. It doesn't really matter. Blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck cares? I mean, yeah, it's just, like, clown shit. It's all about, like, his mind is stuck in the 1880s. He's obsessed with William McKinley for whatever reason. Thinking about, like, we need Greenland because obviously we have to extract the resources for ourselves. Very important, folks. That's what it's all about. It's all about resource extraction, imperialism for the benefit of the U.S. You know, standard shit like that. That's all that matters to them. Alright, cool. We're done here for today. We are finito. We are bonito. We are Sigma Lino. Who the hell am I raiding into today? No problemo. Wait, is Hassan talking with his Elon's daughter? That's probably funny. Talking with Vivian, the estranged daughter of Elon. Very cool, very good. Probably making fun of Elon because Elon's a stupid idiot. And we don't like him. We hate him. We hate Elon. We hate that guy. He's very cringe and stupid. Who to raid into today? Well, we did a lot of Canada talking, so why don't we raid into a fellow Canadian? Maple Takes. Canadian solidarity. We love Canada. The greatest country on earth. Oh boy. So good. Anywho. You dorks know what to do. You know what to say. Transtride with a Daho raid butt if you're a sub. Wowee with a Daho raid butt if you are a non-sub. That's how we show appreciation. Those are into. In any case, tomorrow. What am I doing tomorrow? Has it been 2 days since I did my a yap session? I don't remember. Well, Sunday I'm not streaming because I'm having people over. So Sunday, no stream. Tomorrow there will be a stream. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna keep playing Pokemon. I'm gonna play Pokemon. I want to play more Pokemon. I want to do the fight. I still have more shit to upload anyways to the L YouTuberoni. And then what? We'll do another yap session on Monday. Because Sunday there's no stream. Anywho, I will be back tomorrow and we'll be playing more Pocket Monsters. In any case, I'll be back same time, same place, same face. Peace out, gamers.